Hey there, time to talk about Calvinism. Okay, so Calvinism is founded by John Calvin. John Calvin is a man you can see there under the name Calvinism, looking dapper as ever with the nice fur coat sitting here on the screen. So the background of John Calvin, okay, he was born Catholic as most people who were Christian living in Europe at this time period were. Quickly though, as he grows older, he starts to look at the Catholic Church. And he feels that there are a number of things that are not correct within the Catholic Church, and then he's kind of inspired by Martin Luther with the Protestant Reformation in 1516 up through 1521, when Luther started the Lutheran Church. Calvin is kind of inspired by that, and Calvin's going to go and really kind of start his own church as well. He goes and starts preaching about different things going on, and really saying why the Catholic Church is wrong and why his ideas are correct. Okay, and going back to the true, what he believes is the true teachings of Jesus, that the Catholic Church, he's saying, is kind of drifted from that originally. One of the core beliefs to Calvinism that's probably the most controversial and the one that's most talked about is the belief in predestination. So predestination is what this states is that when you are born, God already has a place picked out for you. You are predestined to either go to heaven or you're predestined to go to hell. And the choices you make throughout your life is going to kind of is going to be based upon where you are predestined to go. So compared to Catholics, which teach that you have to live through your life and then believe in Christ, and then also to have good works, that's what Catholics believe gets you into heaven. Calvin is saying something a little bit different, that no, that's not necessarily true, that you simply are predestined ahead of time, compared to Luther, who says you just need to have faith in Jesus if you would like to get into heaven. Okay, so there's the predestination, you need to understand that. It's going to be a very controversial issue for Calvin, and it's ultimately going to result in him burning at the stake. Okay, another thing Calvin teaches is that wealth is a sign of virtue. So that if you have a lot of wealth in your life, it must mean that God cares about you and that you are a good person. So kind of what he's saying here is that rich people are good people and poor people aren't living virtuous lives. So if you have a lot of money and you have a lot of wealth, it means that you are a good person. This is going to particularly take off in the Netherlands, which we're going to be talking about later. But that's an important thing to understand with Calvinism. It's going to influence a lot of Christian religions that come out of Calvinism later on as well. Additionally, though, he is going to allow for freedom of religion. That is going to be important, especially within Netherlands. Okay, so one of the core tenets of Calvinism is this is what we believe. You really should believe this, but we're not going to force this down your throat. We're not going to force you to believe in Calvinism. If you don't, that's a problem. We don't believe you're going to be getting into heaven. But you are allowed freedom of religion. This is going to, again, take off and really influence what's happening in the Netherlands at this time period. If you have any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.